1980 alone, it would hit over 1,000 homicides.
Damn.
With 351 homicides being...
Bro, 1,000 niggas had 1,000 homicides, bro. Man, them niggas wiped out a small city. Bro, where I'm from, bro, it like 950 folk in my whole city. YouTube! What's happening, man? What that word, man? So we back, bro. We back with another banger. I go by Dunn. If you're new to the channel, man, make sure you tap in, man. It's the Second Reaction Squad, man. You know what I mean? I love y'all, bro. I love the Second Reaction channel, man. We be going crazy, man. Tonight, bro, we got to talk about somebody. We in Cali. We in Cali, by the way. You know what I mean? I think we touched on this, bro, but we touched on Ant Hefe, Big Ant Hefe, No Jumper host, man. He's the guy who, he locked up right now, man. They trying to say he beat one of his homies to death. Beat that nigga to sleep, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Bye-bye. You feel me? They say young Ant Hefe did that, bro. But a lot of us don't know the background, and we don't know the guy that he allegedly did it to, man. So my dog, Boys in the Hood TV, he know him. So he did a little documentary on it, man. Here you go by the name Lil Lowdown, 8 Trey Gangster for sure. And yeah, we gonna tap into it though. Let rock out, folk.
Hood TV. Today we're gonna be discussing the life of Lil Lowdown from the 8 Trey Gangsta Crips. Now Lowdown, born Carl Welch, was born in 1974 in South Central LA. Now in his early years, he would see the war between the Rolling 60s and the 8 Treys kick off and turn extremely deadly. Now by the 80s, LA will be hit with a wave of gang violence sweeping through the city. Law enforcement would call this an epidemic. Now in 1980 alone, it would hit over 1,000 homicides.
Damn.
With 351 homicides being...
Bro, 1,000 niggas had 1,000 homicides, bro. Man, them niggas wiped out a small city. Bro, where I'm from, bro, it like 950 folk in my whole city, including me, nigga. And I ain't even there. Nigga, if they wipe out 1,000 folk, nigga, it ain't no more us. Oh, nigga, that crazy work.
Gang related. And over the next few years, the numbers would only increase. And by 1989, gang related murders would hit 554 out of 1,600 homicides total. Now Lowdown would attend Washington High School in the midst of all the gang violence. And this school in particular was plagued with gang members. So it was obviously a matter of time for Lowdown would get put on to the 8 Trey Gangsters. Like many other young kids his age, he will be immersed into the gang violence, which involved shootings and fights. Now once the 90s came along, the homicides would even increase much more. Now Lowdown would find himself in and out of jail for minor charges around this time. But in 1992, his hood, the 8 Treys, will make the national headlines. Some of Lowdown homies will be arrested in the assault of a truck driver during the Rodney King riots. Now in that year, 1992, gang-related homicides will hit an all-time high with over 800 murders. Now as the violence continued to escalate in Los Angeles, Lowdown remained active in the streets. But not long after, he will become a father. But he will not be able to enjoy this time because only a few years later, in 1994, he will be arrested along with another individual for 3 counts of felony sexual assault charges. Now Lowdown will plead not guilty, but ultimately he will be found guilty on all 3 charges and be sentenced to over 12 years in state penitentiary. Now while locked up, his family would come and see him, which included his 2 young daughters. Now Ronnie...
This nigga got convicted of a sexual battery or something like that. They should have been whooped his ass, gang. Oh, maybe that's why Ant Hefe was so quick to punch his ass in the face, bro. Maybe he just been wanting to do that shit anyway. Long live this man, though, I guess. I don't fucking know. That's kind of crazy, right?
Same time, gang violence on the street had hit an all-time high, but it was also just as violent as it was in the streets in the California prison system due to a lot of racial tension. Now, as the years went by, in 2009, Lowdown will be released for penitentiary after serving a total of 15 years. Now, once back on the street, he will reconnect with his family, but also get back in touch with his homies from the 8 Treys. Now, because of his crime, he had to register annually for the rest of his life as a sex offender. And any failures to do so will result in him going back to prison. Now, Lowdown for the next several years would stay out the way and trying to stay on the right path. But in 2014, he would find himself locked up yet again after evading the police. Now, he would plead no contest to this charge and spend a total of 22 days in county, but he would be given 3 years probation. Now, around 2016, he would reconnect with one of his homies from the 8 Trades from back in the day. Now, his homie had just got done serving 24 years in prison after being locked up in 1992 during the riots. But in 2019, Lil Lowdown will be arrested for failing to yearly register as a sex offender. Now, because of this, he will find himself back behind bars. And by 2020, he will be released back to the streets. Now, although he wasn't active as he was back in the 90s, he was still a member of the 8 Trades, so staying strapped was a must at all times. But this exact choice to keep the heat on him will ultimately bring trouble to him. And in 2021, Lowdown would be arrested on gun charges. He would, in fact, get a bond.
This nigga did most of his life in the chain gang, bro. I don't want to be this nigga. This nigga did. Listen, bro. This nigga decided he was gonna be an 8 Trade gangster, bro, and that made him decide that he was gonna spend most of his life in the chain gang, and then he was killed by 8 Trade gangsters. This nigga gave his life to 8 Trade gangsters, bro. For what? For them to beat your ass to death. This shit crazy, ma.
And eventually get out. Now, while awaiting trial, Lowdown would start dating a female from the Brims, who he would build a close relationship with. Now, although he was dating her, by law, he was still married. Now, with things going well with his new girlfriend, everything would take a turn for the worse right after his court date. And in 2023, he would be found guilty on those 2 gun charges and be sentenced to 2 years in state penitentiary. Now, after serving his time in 2025, Lowdown will be released and reconnect with his girlfriend. Now, he will also around the same time start working at a dispensary in South Central on Florence and Normandy, located in the 8 Trades hood. Now, it's said that Lowdown was responsible for the rent money that he was known to keep in his car from time to time. But eventually, death will come knocking on Lowdown's door. On January 31st, 2026, Lowdown would head over to 70 and Western Avenue to meet up with the young homies from the 8 Trades in a nearby parking lot. Now, it's unknown the exact reason for this meetup, but there are a lot of speculating rumors, but we're just going to stick with the facts. And the facts are that Lowdown will be in this parking lot for nearly 2 hours with other members from the 8 Trades, and by 9:45, he'll be assaulted by multiple members. He will be brutally beaten until he was unconscious on the ground, being stumped on all over his body and especially in his head. Now, afterwards, one of the suspects will run inside his car and grab that bag out, which was full of the rent money from the dispensary. Now, afterwards, all suspects would flee the scene. Now, the female on scene would call 911, who would arrive shortly after. By the time the EMTs arrive, Lil Lowdown will be pronounced dead at the scene due to severe blunt trauma.
These niggas killed they homie, cuz. These niggas killed they dog, bro. Man, I hope kids, I hope y'all listen to this, bro. These niggas killed they homie, bro. You know what I'm saying? This nigga wasn't killed by no rolling 60. This nigga wasn't killed by no rolling 40, nigga. This nigga was killed by an 8 Trade gangster, bro. And the sad thing about it is the 8 Trade gangster that they saying, you know what I'm saying, participated in the slaying of Lowdown. This nigga, a GoFundMe was set up in this nigga honor by a rolling 40's Crip. Shit crazy.
Now, his girlfriend, who was on scene, would tell police that he had been attacked by his own homies, but she would not tell officers any more information other than that. Afterwards, officers would start gathering intel, which included speaking to Lowdown's wife and the dispensary shop owner who he worked for, who would tell them that Lowdown more than likely did have a bag of money inside of his car. Officers would eventually obtain surveillance footage from the nearby parking lot, which would show the entire event unfold, including Lowdown's death. Now, the detectives working on the scene would connect with officers from the 77 Division, who would identify the suspects in the footage as North Face, a known 8 Trade gangster member who was seen on camera kicking Lowdown in the head. They would also identify Aunt Hefe as another 8 Trade member on camera who was seen initially breaking up the argument with Lowdown.
Me identified by Maurice Sherman riding a white Range Rover SUV, no visible plate. His had prior interaction with Sherman knows him to be an 8 Trade gangster member with the monarchy of Ant. Shelman appears to intervene in the argument between an unidentified suspect and the victim before the fight. Shelman is captured, striking the victim. They're on the ground. Shelman returns his vehicle and appears to speak with a male identified as Irvin Theus. Theus was sitting in the driver's seat of a gold Mercedes that was parked next to the victim's car. Shelman is observed pointing towards Welch's vehicle. Thus, then exit approached the victim's vehicle and removed what appeared to be a black backpack from the rear seat. Theus then handed the black backpack to Shelman. From video surveillance appeared that Theus acted on the shit. This shit crazy.
And another individual, but later on in the footage would show Ant Hefe slapping Lowdown as he was on the ground. Not only was he seen participating in the assault, he was also seen on camera being handed a bag from another 8-Tray member named Irvin Theus. Now by April, police will put out arrest warrants for all 3 individuals from the 8-Trays. Now on Facebook, the female who was allegedly on scene will post a very interesting statement, and she will go on to say, "They are going to pay for what they did to you that they should have done to me. It wasn't your battle." So it sounds like there could have been an issue, possibly with members of the 8-Trays and this particular female, and it somehow escalated. But I am not 100% sure. Now, in May of 2026, all 3 suspects, Ant Hefe, Northface, and Irvin, would all be arrested on felony murder charges. And as of right now, all 3 men are awaiting trial. I would like to thank everybody for tapping in, and I'll see y'all next time.
Bro, that's crazy as hell, bro. I'm gonna be completely real, dog. I don't think they meant to kill this man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they thought that he was gonna die because of this. I don't even think it was a DP, bro. Like, a lot of people saying it was a DP, man. I don't think it was a DP. I think it was just like, hey, man, they just whooped on one of their homies. It was some internal beef going on or something like that, bro. And they just whooped one of their homies, bro. I don't think it was a DP, though. But it's sad as hell. They beat that man to death, man. And for Ant to slap Buddy while he was on the ground, he should have been stopping the other dude from kicking him, bro. Like, damn, bro, stop kicking him, man. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think Ant slapping the man caused the man to die. I think that man probably was out as soon as he hit that ground, bro. As soon as they hit him and he hit that ground, he probably bumped his head, he was out, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But, yeah. Ant probably finna ride, though. I ain't gonna cap. Especially they got that on camera. But I think Ant saying, like, he didn't murder nobody. He ain't saying he ain't rob him. He ain't even saying he ain't assault him, bro. He saying, nah, man, I didn't kill him. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. This slippery slope right here, but it just proves that the streets don't love nobody, man. You know what I mean? And if your own homies can do this to you, bro, what the hell is you claiming the gang for? Why are you over there with them niggas, man? Them niggas, you know what I mean? It's crazy as hell, bro. Anyway, though, let me know how y'all feel about it, though, folks, in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that vid. Don't forget to sub it up. After you sub it up, make sure you ring it up. After you ring it up, though, man, make sure you hit all so you don't miss none of these bangers. More life or no life. More will no way. Now we coming OTM. We're going to get it out the mud every single day. I go by Dunn. I love y'all, but God love you more than me, so check in with him. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, man. We're going to check in. Let's get it. Okay. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap, too. I say my trap doing numbers, I just bust another jewel, got a player around the corner, hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer, got a quarter pound on me, hey. The trap doing numbers.